When that pump clicks off, your wallet takes a hit, and not for the reason you think. It's not the oil companies draining you, it's physics. Right now, up to 30% of your fuel is wasted before it ever moves your car, vanishing through heat, bad habits, and one tiny sensor most drivers don't even know exists. Today, I'll reveal 13 real mechanic secrets, like the UPS turning trick, the 45 miles per hour efficiency zone, and the hidden silent killer that can instantly stop your fuel from disappearing. Secret number 1 is something I call the UPS strategy. Have you ever noticed that you almost never see a UPS truck turn left? It's not an accident. It's policy. UPS routing software is designed to avoid left turns at all costs. Why? Think about the last time you tried to make a left turn across a busy 4-lane road. You sit there. You wait. The light turns yellow, but you can't go. You wait for the next cycle. While you are sitting there, your engine is running, your AC is running, and you are getting exactly 0 miles per gallon. That is infinite fuel consumption. Turning right is usually continuous. You slow down, you turn, you keep moving. Momentum is your friend. Idling is the enemy. It sounds crazy, but 3 right turns are often faster and significantly more fuel efficient than 1 left turn against traffic. So secret number 1, plan your route to flow with traffic, not across it. If you can avoid the left turn, do it. You'll save fuel, and honestly, you'll save your sanity too. That brings us to secret number 2, the 10-second idling rule. Let's play a game of fact or fiction. Fiction. Starting your car burns more gas than letting it idle. I hear this all the time. Don't turn it off. You'll waste gas starting it again. This was true in 1985 when cars had carburetors and you had to pump the gas pedal to get fuel into the engine. Today, with modern fuel injection, the computer controls the fuel mixture perfectly. Restarting your car uses about the same amount of fuel as idling for just 2 to 3 seconds. Now, I know what you're thinking, but won't I wear out my starter? Modern starters are robust. They are rated for tens of thousands of cycles. Unless you are delivering pizzas and stopping every block, you are fine. So here is the rule. If you are stopped for more than 10 seconds, waiting for a train, waiting for your friend to run into the store, or stuck in a massive drive-through line, turn the engine off. If you sit there for 2 minutes, you've burned enough gas to drive a mile. Stop burning miles while standing still. Secret number 3 is the single biggest money saver on this list. It's about finding your car's sweet spot. Physics lesson time. Aerodynamic drag doesn't increase linearly. It increases exponentially. That means driving 75 miles per hour doesn't use just a little more gas than 65 miles per hour. It uses about 20 to 25% more. Let's do the math. If you drive 100 miles at 75 miles per hour, you save about 8 minutes compared to driving 65 miles per hour. But you burn an extra gallon of gas. Is that 8 minutes worth $4 or $5 to you? For most people, the answer is no. For most cars, the sweet spot, where the engine is most efficient before wind resistance ruins the party, is between 55 and 60 miles per hour. I'm not saying you have to drive 55 in a 70 zone and get run off the road. But if you cruise at 65 instead of 80, you essentially give yourself a pay raise. Now, while you're driving, you get hot. So do you roll down the windows or blast the AC? This has been debated for years, but there is a scientific answer. It's secret number 4, the 45 miles per hour crossover. Below 45 miles per hour, wind resistance is low. The drag from having your windows open is negligible. But your AC compressor puts a heavy load on the engine. So in the city, windows down, AC off. But the second you hit the highway, the math flips. Above 45 miles per hour, open windows create a parachute effect. The turbulence holds the car back more than the AC drains power. And this applies to sunroofs too. Close them on the highway. The rule: city streets, windows down. Highway, windows up, AC on, or just use the fan vents. Secret number 5 happens before you even leave. It's the pull-through parking hack. Always look for a spot you can pull through. Why? 2 reasons. 1, reverse gears are low ratio and inefficient. But reason number 2 is the big one: cold engine efficiency. When you leave the grocery store, your engine has cooled down. A cold engine is at its absolute worst efficiency. You don't want to waste that precious fuel maneuvering, backing up, stopping, and shifting. You want to get in, put in drive, and go forward immediately. Plus, backing out of a spot into traffic is one of the most common ways to get into a fender bender. So this secret saves gas and your insurance premium. Secret number 6. Cruise control. It's great for flat roads, but is a total trap on hills. Cruise control is dumb. It can't see the hill coming. When you start climbing, it waits until you lose speed, then it panics and floors the accelerator to maintain exactly 65 miles per hour. That floors your fuel consumption, too. On hilly terrain, turn cruise control off. Be smarter than the computer. Let the car lose a little speed going up the hill, maybe drop from 65 to 60, to save the engine load. Then gain it back naturally going down the other side using gravity. It's a technique hypermilers call driving with load, and it works. Let's talk about secret number 7, phantom weight, or as I call it, junk in the trunk. Isaac Newton taught us that force equals mass times acceleration. The more mass you have, the more force, gas, you need to move it. Every 100 pounds of extra weight reduces your MPG by about 1 to 2%. Now, 100 pounds sound like a lot, but it adds up fast. A case of water is 30 pounds. That bag of sand or salt you threw in for winter traction, that's 50 pounds. Golf clubs? Tools? A stroller you haven't used in 3 months? You are paying to transport that stuff every single mile. Treat your trunk like a suitcase, not a storage unit. If you aren't using it this week, take it out. Secret number 8 is the aerodynamic tax. I'm talking about roof racks and cargo boxes. Even an empty roof rack disrupts the smooth airflow over your car. It increases drag by up to 15 to 25% at highway speeds. It's like holding your hand out the window against the wind. You feel that constant resistance pushing you back? That is your engine working overtime. If you hear a whistling noise while driving, that is the sound of money leaving your wallet. If you aren't carrying a kayak right now, take the crossbars off. It takes 10 minutes to remove them, and it could save you hundreds of dollars a year. Secret number 9. Most people think they can check tire pressure with their eyes. You can't. A tire can be 20% underinflated and look perfectly fine. But underinflated tires increase rolling resistance. It's like trying to ride a bicycle with soft tires. You have to pedal twice as hard to go the same speed. Get a digital gauge. Check it once a month. And here is a pro tip for the winter. For every 10 degrees the temperature drops, your tires lose 1 psi of pressure. So if the first cold snap of winter just hit, your tires are likely underinflated right now. Also, do not use the max PSI number on the tire sidewall. That is the maximum pressure the tire can hold before it risks exploding. Use the sticker inside your driver's door jamb. That is the number the engineers designed your car to run on for the best balance of grip and efficiency. Before we get to the maintenance secrets, I want to take a minute to debunk 2 myths that drive me crazy. You see these on the internet all the time, and they are garbage. Myth 1. Fill up your tank in the morning because the gas is denser when it's cold. The theory is that fluids expand when hot, so if you buy gas in the afternoon, you get less actual fuel. The reality, gas stations store fuel in double-walled underground tanks that are buried deep in the earth. The temperature down there stays almost constant regardless of whether it's 6 a.m. or 2 p.m. The difference is so microscopic you'd need a laboratory scale to find it. Fill up whenever you want. Myth 2. Coast in neutral down hills to save gas. The reality, this is not only dangerous because you lose control of the car, but it's also wrong. In modern cars, when you take your foot off the gas while in drive, the fuel injectors shut off completely. The wheels turn the engine. But if you shift to neutral, the engine has to inject fuel to keep idling, so it doesn't stall. So coasting in neutral actually burns more gas than leaving it in gear. Don't do it. Okay, back to the secrets. Secret number 10, the octane scam. This one makes me angry. If your owner's manual says regular unleaded, 87 octane, putting premium, 91 or 93, in your tank gives you zero benefit. People think premium means more power or better cleaning. It doesn't. Octane is simply a measurement of how hard the fuel is to burn. High-performance engines need hard-to-burn fuel to prevent knocking or exploding too early. If you drive a standard Toyota Camry or Ford F-150, your engine isn't designed for that. You are literally burning money. Stick to regular unless the manual explicitly says required. Secret number 11 costs you $15 to fix but saves you a fortune. The gas cap. Gasoline is a volatile liquid. It wants to turn into a vapor. If your gas cap seal is cracked or you don't tighten it until it clicks, gas is evaporating out of your tank into the atmosphere. You are paying for fuel that you never even get to burn. Plus, a loose gas cap is the #1 cause of the check engine light coming on. So listen for the click. If the rubber looks dry rotted, go to an auto parts store and buy a new one. Secret number 12 is the silent killer. It's your oxygen sensor or O2 sensor. A lot of people ignore the check engine light because the car runs fine. But often, that light means your O2 sensor is bad. This sensor lives in your exhaust pipe and tells the engine if it's burning too much or too little fuel. If it breaks, the car's computer panics. It defaults to a safety setting called rich mode, dumping in way too much fuel just to make sure the engine doesn't overheat. A bad sensor can drop your MPG by 40% instantly. If that light is on, don't put a piece of tape over it. Go get the code read. If it's an O2 sensor, replacing it will pay for itself in 1 or 2 fill-ups. And finally, secret number 13, the cold start penalty. A cold engine is an inefficient engine. For the first few miles of driving, your car uses up to 50% more fuel than normal. The oil is thick like syrup, so the engine has to work harder to spin. The catalytic converter needs to be superheated to work, so the engine dumps extra fuel to heat it up. The fix is trip chaining. Don't drive to the grocery store, come home, unload, wait an hour, and then drive to the hardware store. By the time you leave for the second trip, your engine is cold again. Instead, chain them together. Leave the house, hit the hardware store, then the grocery store, then home. You keep the engine warm between stops, keeping the oil thin and the efficiency high. It takes a little planning, but it makes a massive difference. So there you have it. You don't need to buy a Tesla or a hybrid to save money on gas. You just need to stop fighting physics. Here is my challenge to you. Pick just one of these secrets. Maybe try the UPS strategy of avoiding left turns or checking your tire pressure this weekend. Reset your trip odometer and see if your MPG goes up. If you learned something new today, or if you have a secret hypermiling tip I missed, let me know in the comments below. And smash that like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm more than premium gas helps a Honda Civic.